Welcome to a special episode of We Are Seek and Strike podcast. I'm your host, Chris Walker, and joined with me today is
Hi, everyone. My name is Alex Hernandez.
Alex Hernandez, the assistant coach for UNM men's club soccer team, is my guest today. Wanted to have Alex on. It's been a long time coming. The UNM men's soccer program came into existence last year, right? Or a little
2019. 2019, yeah.
So okay,
Feels
good,
like it
good.
was last year, but
It
COVID kind
does.
of delayed that and took away a whole year from us.
Yeah. So how you doing this afternoon or this evening? I mean,
I'm great, man. I'm great. Another day, another blessed day. Can't complain. How about you?
doing good, doing good. Glad to have you on. Definitely want to,
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
learn more about what the program has done since we sat down again a couple years ago, and then also really just kind of find out where the program has been, and really just kind of inform everyone who's tuning in about the program. If you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitter, definitely toss in some emojis, some likes, some comments. If you got any questions, definitely engage us. We'd love to have a little fun during this chat. Alex, so let's talk, man. So let's talk about the inception of UNM men's club soccer team, because I mean, as far as most folks know, the Division One team went away at some point, and then here comes this UNM men's club soccer team, and it's like, okay, who is this? Is this the players that didn't leave and wanted to stick around, or and then here you come popping up. So let's talk about the beginning of this program.
Yeah, for sure. I could tell there's a lot of details that can go with the story. I guess I can kind of start from the inception though, of like
Let's do it.
my dream to be involved in something like this. So I went to it's a really small high school called Dexter High School in Southeast New Mexico, and we didn't have a soccer team there. No high school soccer. So I remember being a sophomore in high school, and I tried to start a soccer team there. I got a petition started, and in 2 days I got like 90% of the school to sign it. Mind you, it's a small school; it's like 300 students, but still. I went to the school board meeting actually, and they kind of shunned me. They were like, "No, this is not going to happen." So of course, like I had to live with the fact that I would not be able to play high school soccer and that was it. So I come to UNM. When I was graduated high school in 2014, I come to UNM, and our soccer team, the men's team, was ranked 4th in the country. Great team, and I was like so happy. I was like, I 3 hours from home, I go to D1 college, and I get to support a great team. And I mean, I went to so many Lobo men's games that I could, and I even tried out my freshman year. Of course, didn't make it, but it was just a great experience. In 2018, so I was just a fan. Had some friends that I made that played on the team. So 2018, when they kind of get the news that they're in danger of being cut, of course, that's a crazy time. Nobody wants to hear that, especially if you're on the team or if you're a fan of the team. And the team has done a lot of great things for not just UNM, but for Albuquerque in general. 2018, they get the word that they're going to get cut, which is just sad. I remember being at work and like watching the live feed of the kind of the meeting when they were kind of telling them, yeah, you guys are going to get cut. And it was just really sad. And then a coworker of mine actually, so he had gone to UNM and he did a club ultimate frisbee. And so he told me, I remember the words because he was like, he was pretty sad about it too. He's a soccer fan. And then he told me that he would be surprised if they're not going to take the team to a club version. And so then that kind of like stuck with me. And I was like, what do you mean? And then he kind of told me, he's like, well, like ultimate frisbee, it's not an NCAA sanctioned sport, but they still compete at a club level. And so then he gave me the idea to start kind of looking into it. So then I started looking and doing my research, found out that there's a lot of club teams in the country that are, not necessarily because they had a men's team cut, but they just compete. Arizona State, one of the biggest schools in the country, they have a club team, And so then I thought, well, like we could do that too, even if the men's team like were be reinstated, there's a lot of, I've been playing intramurals for years at UNM, so many talented players. And I thought, man, we can make it. And like the teams could coexist if there were ever to be a situation where that team would get reinstated. But if not, I still wanted to keep soccer at UNM alive. And so, I did my research, found out there's a national governing body for club soccer. And then I started emailing people, researching, and then, found out we fit in a conference with New Mexico Tech, who was like an hour away from us. UTEP, NMSU has a team now in Arizona schools. And so I was just so happy, I started going to like presenting to different classes, like soccer classes, trying to see if there'd be interest. Right away, got so many interested people. And so it was one cold day in February of 2019 where we had our first practice, and we've been at it ever since. We had a few scrimmages that spring, but it was the fall of 2019 where we really started to take off. But, long story just to kind of see how we got to here now. But
yeah. And Alex, I mean, I think when I first heard the story, I mean, I was sitting with you and John, we were sitting at Starbucks, and I do remember, us talking about it and just where you were at the front end of it then. And, I mean, I thought it was very remarkable to want to kind of create a team to, essentially pay homage to the other team, but then to be able to still keep just the spirit of soccer alive on the campus. And, and so that really stuck out to me as much as possible. And so let's talk about, like, you were talking about reaching out to the governing bodies and learning like how to put this team together. But I mean, how excited were you to know that there were already others that had already gone ahead of you in this process, and that there are other teams that were already there, that it wasn't like you had to, start this team and then kind of get other schools to kind of jump on board on the same thing?
yeah, when I heard that, like, when I started doing research and stuff, that like if there's other schools that do this, and I found out there was, I was so happy, because like that means like that we can just hopefully just slot in to a certain position and then start be able to play. New Mexico Tech has had their team since I think the 1980s actually. And so whenever I found out, I reached out, got someone's email or phone number, and then we started communicating, and they were just so happy that like for like them, they had to travel like 2 hours for their closest game, 2.5 hours to go to El Paso to play UTEP. And now that they only have to go 45 minutes to an hour to play us, they were just ecstatic, So they were actually really helpful. They helped get me in touch with the conference, and then like different schools involved. And, when like, to this day, like Arizona State's kind of like the leader within the conference, that they kind of help to administrate a lot of the stuff. They're always looking for teams. We were trying to get New Mexico Highlands on board, Western New Mexico University, and we're just always looking to grow the conference and add teams. So, it's good to have that energy.
And what's the name of the conference?
It's Southwest Region 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's talk about the first season. So ready to finally play. You play your home games. You're playing your home games on campus, right?
So no, actually. So that first season, actually, we played a few games on campus.
Right.
I think it was 2 of them. And then logistically and operations wise, it's really hard because we have to paint our own fields, and just do so much. And the fields are not the greatest quality. And so, it's really hard because they have a sprinkler system too. And so it's hard to get a wide field and just a great regulation size field within that space. And so then we partner with Albuquerque Soccer League out in Bernalillo at the Bernalillo Soccer Complex. And now that's where we have our home games actually, which is nice because they're really great to us, and great quality fields. No, we don't have to paint them, nothing like that. And so then for the second half of our season, at that point, and then for this season, we're playing our games out in Bernalillo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk more about the first season, though. Like, let's talk about maybe some of your favorite matchups or teams that you played with or played against, rather. If there are any rivalry matches that were kind of instilled in that first season.
Yeah, for sure. So let's see. I think UTEP was a great one because that was a great moment. I think because when we played them, it was actually at Johnson Field. So it was the second game we did at Johnson Field, which is on campus, and it was a Friday night game. And then we got like, I don't know, a couple hundred people there, and it was great because we have no stands, right? Because we don't have the ability to, but it's cool to have like a Friday night and then, just so many people watching. And, although we didn't win, it was a great atmosphere for sure. And it was an intense game. And then as far as rivalries though, I would say at that point, New Mexico Tech, they were kind of a rival. We played them like, I would say over 6 times at this point. Arizona State, we actually played them so we went to them, played them at home at their home. We actually then went later this season to San Diego and to the Aztec Cup, and we played them there again. And then we met a third time the same season in the conference semifinals, and it was just crazy. We played them 3 times in one season. So it definitely got a rivalry going on with them, I would say, just after all those games for sure. I would say now, though, this season, we're definitely going to start a rivalry with NMSU. I mean, we've only had one game with them, very intense game, and they're a new team too. So it's just really cool to see growing rivalries because that's what makes it all fun.
Right. And so now, again, you guys are students and you guys are going to school. You're not, you may not have maybe as tough of a regiment as like scholarship players would. But still, I mean, school's a priority. It's still part of things. I guess talk a little bit about like, what it looks like to be a student and then be like running this sort of program where you don't have this funding. I'm sure a lot of it is through fundraising or even sometimes out of your own pockets. I mean, what does that look like from a logistical standpoint or financial for that matter?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, we're students who want to be athletes. We're not student athletes because we're not like sanctioned by NCAA or anything like that. No scholarships and nothing like that. We just really like the sport, and so we're willing to do it. I mean, when I started the team in 2019, I was the president, and I was working 30 plus hours, training 3 times a week, and then still having to do a lot of operation stuff, like different fundraisers we're gonna do. Very busy time in my life. Now I'm graduated and I'm on the coaching side, and so I still, I know my guys. We go through a lot of them can't make it because schools, it's tough. They have jobs. And so a lot of them need to know ahead of time when we're traveling, things like that. That way they can ask for work off and stuff like that. And then when we have fundraisers, same stuff. Just we do it all ourselves. Like I said, it came down. We've done things like painting our own fields to paying things out of pocket. And then, just for the love of the game, to be able to travel, represent our university, and do and hopefully win.
And what's it like wearing the crest, like, what I mean? Like, representing UNM even from that level. Cause I mean, again, it's still a formal thing. I mean, you are representing on the club level.
Yeah, no, definitely. I don't know. I'm a really big fan of our crest. I think we got somebody on Fiverr to make it. If I don't know, like the women's club uses the same one. They like it. I mean, it's great. I mean, it means a lot. That a lot of hard work that's gone into just from students. We're all students just trying to play some organized level of soccer, and so it gives us that sense of humility. And that we want to do great things for UNM and keep soccer alive here. We have a lot of talented players on the women's and men's side, and just giving them that platform to keep doing what they want for 4 more years while they're still in able to do it at a more relaxed level but still enjoy themselves. We do have a lot of like merch, and it's funny, sometimes I'll just like grab like something and like just on my phone I have the logo, a sticker, and it's just like I have a glass right here, coasters, just simple stuff like that. We have so much like things that we've done, and I don't know, I like it. My hoodie too, so
Right.
It's great to be able to wear it. To me, it brings a sense of pride, and then when I'm out in public and people start asking, it gives a great conversation starter, and I'm proud to kind of just talk about it.
And then like, what would you say the range of talent is or experiences on the team? Like, do we have like maybe people on the team who've played like all through high school, maybe state champions? I mean, in kind of skimming like your roster, what's that talent level range?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it starts off with the tryout process. We've had tryouts where we've had up to 80 people come out, and then we have to, because we have so many people, we have to do multiple days. This year, as a coach now, I feel like I was be able to be more involved and have more of a focus on that, because previous years I've been as a player, but now it's just, I'm able to kind of see. We have players that if they wanted to, they probably could have played D1 somewhere, but they chose for whatever reason to stay home. And I mean, we're glad to have them because they get to stay home, but they get to still play a high level of soccer. And so it's really good. We have one player that he was playing at Eastern New Mexico University in Portales, a D2 program, and they actually cut the program there too. And so he's from Albuquerque. He, transferred to UNM after that, and now he's playing for us, and he's a great player for us. We have a lot of players, former all district players in Metro here in Albuquerque. Players that have won state championships for their both high school and in club level. So
Okay.
We have about 10 freshmen, I want to say, and we have a roster of 40 players. So about 25% of our team is, young freshmen that, are very talented. And so I don't know, very, very high range. We have people from out of state here, a lot of people from Texas, different countries too. We have it's great to have a lot of representation, a lot of people that have played in former academies too. So I don't know, it's really great, but it helps us, keeps practices intense, and just teaches us different styles that people play, honestly.
And then, I mean, coming into like the second season, I mean, you got to finish out your first season. I know we were talking a little bit before we hopped on this live, that you actually have different community partners as well. Who are some, or who are the community partners or the sponsors that have kind of gotten behind this program and have helped you guys out so far?
Yeah, for sure. So definitely Lion Sky has helped out. Lion Sky is a digital marketing company that they help with run our website. They do a lot of graphics for us and social media. And they, our coach, that's actually his company, and they've been so helpful to us. Another one is Star Bros Brewery, great place to go watch any soccer game in town. They've just been helpful. We've done fundraisers there. So it's, they're great partners to us. Another one actually is Albuquerque Indoor Soccer Arena. So the owner's just been good to us in regards to jerseys and, just different playing opportunities that they've afforded us, and also facility rentals, just to be able to go out there and, for us to go kick around, have a quick session. And then for our jerseys, actually I have one right here.
Yeah, let's see that.
So I have, so we have the View ABQ. So it's student housing over the going by the airport, by the Sunport. Oh, this way. And then we have another one, Kerr Squared. So it's a steel manufacturing company in town that's run by one of our players. Our players are our biggest resource, honestly. So we always ask our players, like, hey, if you know anybody that would like us to help out in any way, like, let us know if we can partner or something. And it works out. We've had people like offer things like, photography or video editing, things like that. It's just, we are our own resource as students and players, and so we have to use that, and it works out for us.
Right on. So year two, or I guess, did you guys play any? You guys didn't do anything during 2020, right? Okay.
No,
so then
we're shut down.
okay. So then, so year two this year, how does your schedule shape up? I mean, I know you mentioned that you'll be playing New Mexico State, and you're playing Arizona State again this year. You just played New Mexico Tech. That was a 6-1 victory,
Yes.
correct?
Yes, yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Right. So who else is on that schedule this year, and are you in any other tournaments or anything towards the latter part of the season?
Yeah, so our conference consists of, so it's Arizona State, NAU, GCU, Arizona Christian, U of A. And then we have the New Mexico schools, which is us, New Mexico State, UDA, which is in their first year, New Mexico Tech, and then UTEP is considered a New Mexico school just because of location. So what they've done for this year, which actually helps us, I think, we're split into the East and West. So in the East is us, so it's the 4 schools I just mentioned, and then the West is them. the top 2 schools from each of these divisions is going to go to regional qualifiers. So let's say we were to be the number 1 seed, we'd play the number 2 seed of the West. So let's say that's U of A, So then we play them, and if we win, we get one of the 2 bids for the regionals. So that's kind of how it's working out right now. We're currently number 1 in our division.
Okay.
We play, so there's 4 teams. So we play the 3 other teams twice each, so 6 games total. So that's what we're looking at right there, playing out the rest of our schedule. Next week, we're going to El Paso. We're going to play UTEP and then NMSU. And then after that, we'll see how kind of results work out. And then we'll be going to regional qualifiers, hopefully in Phoenix. And then with the goal to win and go to regionals in Lubbock, Texas. So that's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about this year. So, I mean, obviously you've got sponsors, obviously you've talked about resources that you all, between yourselves and whatnot have put in. So when you guys are rolling up to these matches, are you guys typically just kind of carpooling? Is it like 20 cars rolling up to a pitch, or has it been like that, or have you guys gotten fortunate to rent a van, or what's the look?
For this season, actually, that is the toughest part of it for sure. Just how are we going to be able to get there? Just renting hotels. Luckily, one of our games so far has been on the road, and it's been to New Mexico Tech, which is just a bit like an hour drive. So for that one, we did is we fundraised, and we have some cash that we have on hand, and we've reimbursed ourselves for gas, but we drove ourselves there. We carpooled there. For this trip to New Mexico, or to UTEP in El Paso. So we're going to be staying in El Paso. We've fundraised. So we're gonna cover the hotels, and then also the gas, but we have to drive ourselves too, which is the unfortunate piece. But we'll get 5 to 6 to a car hopefully, and then just minimize costs. But yeah, that's how we're going. That's how it's working out for us right now. We've tried talking to a few rental vans or companies that do rental vans, buses, stuff like that. Right now, actually, because of Balloon Fiesta, a lot of that stuff is booked up. So,
that's right.
So for next weekend, all the buses, they're occupied. So we have to, have to drive ourselves. So we're hoping that, things slow down. We've talked to a few companies that would say that things are going to slow down. Hopefully by the time we have to go to Lubbock or Phoenix, things were to we'll be able to afford something to have better driving accommodations.
Okay. And so I saw earlier that you guys put up a couple items. You showed one, the pint glasses, and you're also looking to order your first scarf for the club. That's got to be real exciting. Saw that a little bit. We'll definitely, we shared it on our story. We'll definitely make a post for that as well. And when you get the link, we can get folks directed to y'all. Just talk about talk about those items. I guess, designing the scarf, I mean, it looks awesome. I might even try to find a picture right now while you're talking about it and the design and things of that nature.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. So that's actually been a work in progress. And I say that because we started it right before COVID happened. And then COVID happens. And then of course, we got to a point as a club that we were just concerned for safety of ourselves and others, we didn't see each other for months, for a very long time. We couldn't even gather on campus, nothing. So, and then, I just want to be considerate of everybody's stuff. I'm not going to ask anybody, hey, this is a great time to fundraise. I just didn't think, no, I thought we got to focus on ourselves first, our health, and then, the club will come after. When things are in a better situation, we'll be able to back up on these stuff. So, we're in a better situation now, and we started kind of picking up on the designs, and, one of them is has it's such an interesting design because when you wear a scarf, you wear it, kind of, obviously going down like that, and it combines to form the crest on one side. The other side, it kind of just has the crest, kind of like one of the New Mexico United or Albuquerque Soul scarves. And then it has the mountains also. There we go. Yeah. And then it has the mountains. So we really wanted to capture that for sure.
Right on. Let's check out this scarf. It's looking nice.
Yeah.
is as Alex has just described. You got the Sandias up
Mhm.
there, you
Yep.
know, and as you're rocking it around your neck, you got the
Mhm.
crest, which is nice. That's always a classic look for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, and then even kind of a bit of a tartan there.
Yep. Mhm.
So I mean,
Yeah. So
nice little kind of like kind of a plaid
plaid,
checkered.
plaid design, checker design. Yeah, like picnic
Okay,
table kind of vibes.
right
Yeah,
on. Yeah,
that's what we were
so
kind of going for.
okay. Yeah, that looks nice. That's looking nice. So,
Mhm.
definitely gotta let us know. I know that you're directing folks to send you
Yeah.
a DM to the UNM Club Soccer Messenger on Facebook, right, as well as on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Messenger on Instagram, just any of our social media. So we're most active on Instagram and Facebook. And then if you just let us know, we've had a few people already reach out. I'm just asking for emails. That way I can kind of gauge how much we need to order. Don't want to over order, don't want to under order anything. And then that way, when they're in stock, I'll reach out to people and then kind of, uh, you know, deliver the scarf to you. Same with the pint glasses. I actually have a bunch of these in stock already.
The guy's
We
got
can
the
go
pint
ahead and
glasses there, right there. I
yeah.
mean, you got to
Hmm.
show them the hoodie here you're wearing. Like they need
Oh,
to
the
see this
hoodie.
hoodie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
We're
looking
actually
fresh.
we're actually going to do another merch sale pretty soon too.
Okay.
We're working on some designs. This was an old design that we've done, but we're going to be doing another different design just to kind of change it up every time we do a design. Um, and then we should be dropping that hopefully within a week. That's what we're kind of aiming for right now. We're just kind of fixing some details right now with our supplier for that.
And here's the thing that folks may not realize, and I want to point out, especially just as I mention another club team on campus, the hockey team. Like, so a lot of folks, maybe didn't know that there was a Lobo hockey team. There is one, of
Yeah,
course, and they've been going for a long time now.
yeah,
And a
they
lot
have.
of folks are always very inquisitive about how they can buy the jerseys, which typically the answer is they can't because they use the actual logos for UNM. And there's a little bit of a logistics with, the copyright and, replicating that logo on things and how much it costs the teams, and they don't have the money to really be able to walk into that sort of situation. So in your instance, having your own logo, something that isn't necessarily a school mark, allows
Hmm.
you to create your own merchandise and to be able to actually push it out. And so this is a real big thing. So I mean,
Yeah.
those of you watching or who will listen later, like um, really try to dig in and buy some of this merchandise from the UNM club soccer team, because it is really a unique thing for a team to actually have their own mark and to be able to actually merchandise. And so, of course, some of their things will obviously be pre-order. That'll help for them to gauge interest, to make sure they get the right sizes, and to really be able to get it out there. And I mean, I'd imagine if the interest is strong, maybe y'all who are buying the merch will be able to kind of, you know, let them know what you want to see next. Like
Yeah,
what the
exactly.
gear is. Maybe you want
Hmm.
a jersey top. Maybe with enough interest, they can make that happen for you. So
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
yeah. So got these fundraisers. We'll get more information on that. We know we'll definitely pick up a couple. We'll definitely have to do a couple of raffles. I know there's folks who love club soccer teams. A shout out to Harry Austin out in San Antonio. Um, he's definitely is a fan of soccer at any level. So we got to give a shout out to him.
Hmm. Yep,
Um,
shout out.
yeah, and and really, like, let me just like turn it to you. Is there anything that you want to say really about the program, like as we kind of round out and conclude this episode? Anything that you want to shout out? Any initiatives that are coming about? I know we talked about this fundraiser. Are there other things coming around?
Hmm. Yeah, let's see. Kind of just wanted to let the community know, like, that we're here and we're wanting to do great things, like represent UNM at a high level, and while also just being involved in our community. We have different community partners that we work with, and we just want to keep that growing. To be honest, it's great to just be involved and help out one another. We work with the women's team, also the women's club team. And so it's just great stuff. Down the line, we're just hoping to finish out our schedule. Have a tournament in Las Cruces in November, a tournament in Albuquerque also in November. And then in the spring, we're looking at hosting a tournament here, which I think is going to be a great community event, And so we're hoping to invite like 12 schools here to Albuquerque, which I think the impact that will have on our community is going to be great, honestly. So looking at doing a lot of good things here and just continued. I'm excited for it. We have a great team, great group of guys that they work hard every day on and off the field. And, I'm just really proud of all the work that they put in.
Hey man, and you never know, if the stadium goes through, maybe United will let y'all play there. You can play in Albuquerque.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. We're actually in talks to hopefully get a game going on with the New Mexico United's Academy. So I'm all about helping them out, and we're in talks maybe sometime next month. No, I keep thinking it's already October. One more day. Sometime in November, hopefully, and then who knows? We have some young players right there, and then we're just all about building a pipeline and by any means necessary to help each other out. So that's in our plans right now.
Right on. Well, Alex, I totally appreciate having you on the pod today. To really just be able to sit and talk with you. Yeah, for sure. Definitely was a long time coming. Yeah. You can find UNM men's clubs, or it's UNM Club Soccer on Instagram.
Yep. And on Facebook also.
And on Facebook as well. And so again, if you're interested in supporting the program, picking up some goods, definitely instant or direct message them on either accounts. And stay tuned for the account to look to see when they're playing next in Bernalillo. See if you can get out there and support, take your drums, take your flags, and if you're sombrero man, take both. And and again, for Alex Hernandez and myself, Chris Walker, you've been listening to We Are Seek and Strike podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate